There's a lot of concern right now on Twitter about censorship. I try to stay out of Twitter as much as I can, honestly, because I think it's bad for your mental health. I really do. I think people just barking at each other all day is not good to absorb. And I think so many people are involved in it, and they don't realize that they're poisoning their brain, just like they would poison their body if they were eating junk food all day. I think it's genuinely bad for you.
Yeah, I mean, and you and I, and also in a particular, doing a podcast, and we're also very different human beings. I would say your psychological fortitude is pretty strong. Like, and I'm more. I wear my heart on my sleeve, maybe a little bit more. And when if I like, shit gets to me,
Mm-hmm.
and when you try to put compassion out there in the world in the way I did, especially with this conversation with Zelensky, the attacks, like,
You just have to recognize who the kind of people that are doing that are.
yeah.
Those are just really weak people. Really weak, psychologically damaged, mentally ill people that are probably medicated.
I sort of, to push back, I think some of them are actually good, sophisticated people. They're just acting not their best selves. Like, I've seen this. There's people that are like, I know them personally, and online they just, like, the
Yeah.
worst shit comes out of them.
Yeah.
It
Well,
doesn't make
because they're mentally ill.
but then all of us are a bit mentally ill. Right?
Yeah, well, we're all a little mentally ill.
Yeah.
Like, no one is enlightened that I've met.
Yeah,
I've never
no.
met one person who's perfect,
Yeah.
right? I don't think it's possible with this journey that we're on as these meat vehicles, these soul-carrying meat vehicles navigating a very confusing world. I don't think it's possible to be perfect. But you can have a desire to be a good person, and some people don't have that. And the excuse that they always use is, this is the Donald Trump excuse. You do anything you can to stop Hitler, right? And this is why they want to conflate, and they always want to pretend that everyone's Hitler. The problem with that is it just, after a while, it's crying wolf, and people are like, oh, this is a bullshit game you're playing, and you're just using it as an excuse. Elon's talked about this a lot about, and he's absolutely correct, is that people use woke ideology as an excuse to be an asshole. And it's really just people that are assholes that are attaching themselves to things that make them feel righteous.